I'm getting confiscated now. Okay, thank you. The electronic version. More than 73% of newly married couples in Australia aren't intimate on their wedding night because of ... Yeah, you have to stay tuned to find out why not. Second letter tonight. My sister is a snob. And to start with, she made a point of telling me years ago that I married beneath my station. How rude. How do you reckon those relations have been now? And the last letter tonight, he's already done away with knighthoods and dames, even without asking the public. We weren't asked when they were put in. We haven't been asked when they've been taken out. Are we ever satisfied? We'll see if the panel is. Don't go away. Sweet and Sour coming up right now. And I'm not allowed to giggle at the end.
Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, cause baby it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour. It's time for Sweet and Sour.
Hey everyone, welcome to Sweet and Sour. Lovely to have your company. Gary Mitchell with you for this fun-filled half hour and a terrific lineup for you tonight. Starting with my mate Daz, who's here.
I am here.
You're here, mate.
I know I'm always the exception to the rule of the terrific lineup, but I'm willing to play that role. It's okay.
It's terrific.
You can admit it. It's okay.
Good. How are you enjoying your role as a chatster on
You know what? It's
various
great.
stations?
It is nice to be able to do something different for the first time in a long time. Like I was a bit nervous going into the first couple. Getting that little heart. I'm quite enjoying that bit of adrenaline and all that. It's nice.
It's good?
Yeah.
Have you ever had mouth freeze, brain freeze, or...?
Well, you know me reasonably well.
No, he's never had it.
No. Sometimes you're going, I wonder if this is all making sense, but the mouth doesn't stop talking. It still moves.
It
Things
just
come
going,
out.
whether it makes sense or not, it's neither here nor there.
Yeah, that's right.
No, people are entertained. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I don't know about
Tennille.
that.
Hello.
What are you raising money for? What business are you into now? What's happening? You've got a career that's probably one of those that people die for.
Yeah, well, I nearly died
She
doing
goes,
it.
yeah. Oh, busy.
Yeah, it's been very busy. Working on digital consciousness at the moment. And
What is digital consciousness?
It is teaching businesses about what the big brands do and giving it to the small businesses, charities and startups.
Ah, very clever.
Yeah.
Empowering the small.
Yeah, and then also delving into consciousness and awakening humanity.
Speaking of someone who's got enormous consciousness. Hello.
Well, I feel like I'm not highbrow enough now. I'm actually, yes. Anyway, yes. Hello. Thanks for having me.
That's all right. I just thought it'd be a great break from all the supervision you've been doing with the kids.
I haven't done a
and
very
their
good
exams.
job, but yes,
You haven't done a good
not
job?
a really very good job. No.
The kids going to pass their exams or
Oh
not?
well, I don't know. They're getting to university, but everyone does now. I mean, seriously, you can fail everything
Do
but
they?
English. Like 50%, I think. Everyone gets in. You can get in. Everyone gets in.
No
No
one gets
problems.
out.
And you know, the thing is that they all know that too. So anyway.
They all know it. It's easy to rot the system.
Yes.
Did you ever rot the system when you were at school?
Absolutely not. I wasn't
And that's
there.
your
How
story.
could I rot it?
Never turned up. Hello, my mate. Hello,
Yes,
Steve.
hello,
How are
mate.
you, sir?
I'm fine.
How's
Thank you for
everyone
having
at
us tonight.
Westlink?
Yes, Westlink, great. Pumping it out as we do every day of the week. So it's.
How many years ago did you sit in this chair and host this for me?
Oh, I think it was sometime back in the 90s.
Was
I
it
did.
really?
Yeah.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
I'll cut it out.
No,
it couldn't.
2000s. Sorry,
2000.
2000s.
When did we come to this studio? Do you remember?
It was mid 2000s, so it would have been around there somewhere because we
Okay.
kicked off the
Wow.
original community TV in 99.
99.
So it was 99. when
99.
we started
So-
out
You know,
of ECU, and
This
yeah.
is the 17th season.
Wow. So there's 17 years, obviously.
Do you get in the Hall of Longevity? Fame?
Yes, in ours.
In our,
In ours. We're creating one.
As you walk out.
well, legends in our own
Yes.
lunchbox.
Do you remember Michael Jackson used to sleep in a glass cage?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he died too, didn't he? All right, never mind. Here we go, letter one. Dear panellists, why is it that we reach for a glass of champagne to celebrate? Think about it. Whether it's a wedding, a graduation, a lotto win, no matter what it is, we all break out the bubbly and charge our glasses over and over and over until we can't stand up, having been encouraged to do so. I read recently that more than 73% of newly married couples in Australia aren't intimate on their wedding night because of alcohol impairment. Yet we still persist in charging our glasses to celebrate with the most potentially damaging and antisocial concoction ever created. This association between celebration and alcohol is chronically damaging. It constantly reinforces the notion that in celebration we're permitted to ingest mind-altering rubbish. We have to do better. In this age, when we're yet to eradicate deaths on our roads due to drunk drivers and have to deal with the growing negative impact of drugs like ice, we have to find another way to celebrate. So I put it to you, panellists. How do we celebrate in future without alcohol? Can we do it? And it comes to us from Abby of Box Hill in Victoria. Susie, is there another way?
Well, Abby, I just want to say that this is a very good letter for me today.
You love champagne.
No, it's not so
You
much that,
love
is
it.
that I really agree with you, Abby, but unfortunately I have failed demonstrating this. My twins turned 18 a day before their Year 12 exams finished. Last Friday, they finished their Year 12 exams.
How many
Everyone
bottles?
got pissed.
How many bottles?
Everyone got so pissed. In fact, it was so
Didn't invite me
bad.
around.
In fact, my son, who has said, please don't talk about this on Sweet and Sour tonight, and came home last night. He doesn't know how he got home. He is so sick. He actually woke up on his third day of drinking. Actually, I'm probably sure that he did it before he was 18. But anyway, and said, I'm never drinking again. I hate myself. And I went, I've never said that. I have never said that.
Your job is done.
But I just
Well
want to
done.
say, when you find out the answer, Abby, can you tell me? I did ask the kids today, and they said maybe they should do exercise. I don't know, like running and drinking, or
Celebrate with
bike
exercise.
riding and drinking or something. So that
Steve,
was,
do you want to celebrate with exercise?
Look, I'd celebrate with exercise, but look, at the end of the day, look, seriously, Abby, I want to know about this ingest mind-altering rubbish that you're talking about. That sounds
And send some.
That sounds far better than getting on it with champagne. Yeah.
Exactly.
Look, Abby, good letter. But at the end of the day, we do celebrate, and that's the bottom line.
You just have to be responsible,
It's
surely.
like anything, exactly, and be smart about it. You
Just
know,
be
see
smart.
what's happening. Raise a glass of champagne, have a good time.
Des, what's your take?
Not everyone does charge their glasses to. Where's the point? We'll break out the bubbly until we can't stand up. Not everyone does, for a start.
but
And
everyone's done it once.
once or twice, and that lets
Exactly.
you know why you shouldn't do it again.
But I think in this day and age, we are far more responsible drinkers today
Oh,
than when
absolutely.
I was,
So true.
when I was
Absolutely.
17, 18, 19.
Well, when we were driving.
yeah,
When we were driving.
Yeah.
very much so. Very much
Never
so.
gonna stop,
We're
though.
smart, a lot smarter about it.
Never going to make it.
Education.
Never
Just
gonna
learn to
stop
be
it.
responsible.
Exactly.
You stop making it-
It's thousands of years old.
It is. And if you stop making it, people will do it themselves out of potato skins and
And
things and a hole in the ground.
And, you know, I honestly believe it's up to the parents to pass,
to pass
pass
them a
down to
bottle.
their kids that, you know, you've got to be responsible about it. Go out,
Yes.
have a good time, but you've got to be responsible.
responsible.
Because problems are.
Last word
At
to
the
a
door.
woman.
Well, look, I can speak from experience because I don't drink any alcohol. And
At all?
by choice. No, I don't drink any alcohol at all by choice. Now, when you think about it, looking back at the ancient civilizations, they actually, in every single ancient tribe, they would find some kind of hallucinogenic or plant medicine. In every culture, there has been something that wants this need for us to alter the level of the human consciousness. And so they go to plant medicines and they go to... But the thing with alcohol is that it is actually classed a group 1 carcinogen. It is as carcinogenic as asbestos, plutonium, mustard gas.
It's taking the fun out of everything.
Well, I mean, you've got to think about it. We've got to educate ourselves into what it's actually doing and look at the differences between how we actually use our language as well, so around it. Because people say drugs and alcohol, they're two separate things. Actually, it's
They're
the
all
same
the
thing.
same.
It's a drug. It's a drug.
There you go, Abby. Good advice coming out to Box Hill. Who's got brothers and sisters that they don't get on with? Everyone's quiet. When we come back, sibling rivalry. We'll see who's getting on with who at home. See you soon.
It's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Welcome back to Sweet and Sour. We're doing the Wiggles here. We're having fun. If you'd like to send us a letter, send it to the addresses on your screen right now. Letters at sweetandsour.net.au. And there's our website as well, sweetandsour.net.au. You can give us a like, you can send us a tweet, and you can even hop on and have a look at some photos backstage. Is that what we call it? backstage, behind the scenes.
You can
You
see
know
my
what we
backstage.
mean.
You can certainly see my backstage.
On Instagram, there you are. And for everyone that does send us a letter, we're going to send it to the movies, courtesy of Natalie Cameron and NRC Communications. And the movie we're sending you to this week is Hello Mitch, and panel is Freeheld. There it is. All right, and we'll go to Hello Mitch and panel now as well. Here we go. My sister is a snob to start with and made a point of telling me years ago that I'm married beneath my station, whatever that means. At the time, I thought she meant well for me and was just being protective. Over the years, she's been okay with my husband and always included us in any of her own family celebrations, and I've reciprocated. In the last year, my mother's been ailing and the need for family to rally has been paramount. My sister just hasn't bothered to be as helpful as the rest of us, 3 siblings in total, and made a point of telling all that she never had a great relationship with Mum, and given that she has a family of her own to look after, like the rest of us, she won't be able to call on Mum and help at the drop of a hat. Frankly, she won't help beyond her minuscule routine at all. So she'll visit Mum on a Sunday for 1 hour and that's it. I suppose I should be grateful for that, but my resentment for her in the last 12 months has grown incredibly. It's pretty clear Mum won't be here within 6 months. After that, I won't have to see my sister again. My husband says that I'm resentful because I expect my sister to be just like I am and she can't be. Please tell me straight, am I right to hold this resentment, or is there some way I might motivate her to help out? Please. Carol Ann of Alberton in South Australia. Daz, you're first up on that.
I don't think they're the only 2 options there. Can I hold out, am I right to hold this resentment, or is there some way I might motivate her to help out? There are other options in there, you realise. You know what, she's going to be, your sister is going to be the one that has to live with this. When things go, and so will you. You'll have to live with the issues that have come from the relationship with your sister. I kind of want to get all hippie here and say, just live and let live, man. Like, you know, in these situations, don't judge other people for what they do, because that 1 hour a week might be more than she'd been giving previously, and that might take a lot more than it takes for you to give more care. You know, everybody is good.
Everybody's
Hello.
good, everybody's
Seriously, you know what? Just do what makes you happy and stop worrying about what other people are doing, and don't write people off. Because life is too short, as you should probably know, I imagine.
Too short to Neil.
Yeah, look, resentment is, look, it's like a cancer.
It'll grow.
You know, it eats away at time, and that's time that you could actually spend on instilling love and joy instead. You know, it's something that I think with instances like this, you know, you've got to think of yourself as, if we give with an attachment to the outcome, you know, that's the ego self. You're wanting you're wanting something out of the outcome. When the moment that you start to give without any attachment to the outcome is the moment that resentment will fade away, because you're not setting expectations. You don't set yourself up for failure. You don't set yourself up for disappointment. So look, I would say that the moment that you stop focusing on other people's mistakes is probably the moment that you will stop punishing yourself for your own mistakes.
Yeah, Susie, enjoy your time with your
Wow,
mum. That's about
it's very hard to actually follow that. Like, I actually just want to keep. Can you just
she
keep
was
talking?
taking
I was
notes.
actually taking a few notes. I have to say, Carol Ann, I am in a situation. I have 2 sisters. My father has been sick and he died a year ago, and now my mother's very sick. It is very difficult because you do carry this. Well, I've seen, you've seen, this person's seen, or if I haven't seen as much as my sisters, I feel guilty. And, you know, I agree totally with Tennille. It is important just to do what you need to do and feel good about what you're doing and not worry about what everyone else is doing. Be there for your mum when you want to be there. Don't feel it's a competition. There is a situation with siblings, where particularly sisters, where you're also like trying to do the right thing. Everyone's trying to do the right thing, do what suits you and the time that suits you. The only thing I would say is you brought up some issue at the beginning, married beneath my station. I don't have any idea what relationship that has to do with your mother being sick and your sisters and you pulling together. So good luck.
Yeah, I think that might point to a fact that looks like there may have been some issues there all along with
Yeah,
the girls.
forever.
Anyway. Yeah. But look, I think, you know, when it comes to these situations, particularly, and I've been involved in some of it, where there's a number of siblings caring for parents who are in a bad place, and not everybody's pulling their weight. it does really start to drain, particularly if there's one that's doing everything and the
that
others
always
aren't
the
doing
way,
it.
isn't
It's
it?
always the way.
Always
Kids
the
are
way.
kids, you know, and we've got, as you said there, I suppose it's true, they have got other families, the others have all got families as well, but it really does drag you down when it feels like you're doing everything and nobody else is
But don't you
really
But then
pulling
because
it.
you're
she's-
giving with attachment to the outcome by doing that, by even portraying that thought onto the fact that you.
I know, but
you know,
there does
hard
time,
not
there
to,
does
that's the
come
point.
times that it does pass you. It's very
Yeah.
hard, and when you're all emotional because you're going to
Yeah,
lose a
of course,
parent.
yeah.
But the thing is, I just feel that Carol Ann has such an issue with this sister, with the married
Obviously,
beneath
yeah,
my
there's
station.
something
So
there.
take
Sounds like
that
there's something
out.
deeper there.
Take that out, and then deal with what's the actual issue is.
If you've got any suggestions for Carol Ann of Alberton, you can join us now on Facebook and Twitter and send your suggestions to us as well. When we come back, we're going to be talking about really the Republican issue and King Malcolm. Don't go away. More on Sweet and Sour.
Hearing something a little sour now can make life a whole lot sweeter in the long run.
Time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Pour some sugar on there, baby.
The new glampy.
Excellent. Welcome back to Sweet and Sour.
Best place to start.
Marcus from Claremont. If Susie shuts up for just a little bit. Here we go. Hi, Sweet and Sour. When's it going to happen? The king of the Republican movement is now the Prime Minister, and he's already done away with knighthoods and dames without even asking the public. I didn't want a republic back then when we had a referendum over the whole thing, and I don't want it now. What a stick in the mud this bloke is. King Turnbull is obviously going to spring it on us, and just like he's taken away knighthoods by stealth, he'll do the same with our Queen. Oh, promises, promises. Why would anybody think he's not going to try it? He spent millions of his own dollars trying to get this republic up. Does any one of the panellists think that he's now not going to spend the public purse on styling himself President Turnbull? Marcus of Claremont, WA. Steve, what is wrong with Marcus?
Marcus.
Marcus.
Bad night to put this letter in, Marcus. Very bad night. Look, I'm a Republican, and at the end of the day, the sooner the better. I don't have a problem with the royal family. It's all fantastic. We've had them in our city recently, in our country. That's all fabulous. But at the end of the day, we don't need it. We're a big country now. We can stand on our own 2 feet. And with Mr. Turnbull stealthily taking it away, just the way the previous leader put it in. Unnecessary, don't need it, and at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to make a big difference to our country whether we've got these things or not, and the quicker and sooner we move forward, the better.
The quicker, the sooner.
Well,
Susie says.
I'm a Republican, and I also like the royal family, but I have
Were
to
you
say.
watching whilst Prince Charles was and
Well,
Camilla
it was
were
on the
here?
news. It was on the news. That's where I watched it.
Did you
But-
go to any
I-
of the events?
No, I didn't. But I tell you what, when the
What are
Queen
you
came
telling
when
me?
I was a little girl, we out the front. So join us there. That's true. Anyway, you know. But I have to say, Republican. Thank you. You're like one of my children. Republican movement is one thing. Knights and dames is another. Republican movement, I think, will take time, and I really want it to happen. Knights and dames. That was the biggest load of bullshit
And he reintroduced
that
it
Abbott
after
ever brought it in.
39 years.
But he
After
didn't-
39
he didn't
years,
even
Whitlam got
speak
rid
to
of it.
anybody. He didn't even speak
4
to anybody.
years.
I mean,
Sorry, and who did he give it to?
oh, the Governor General, Prince Philip.
Prince
But how is that?
another one.
Was he actually insane when he did that? I mean, was he honestly sane?
He's no longer the Prime Minister.
Oh, well, thank God. And thank God for Turnbull. Thank God for Turnbull. I hope, and I really hope for my children, when they are all with their own families, that we are a republic, because I think it's appalling that an Australian-born person is not the leader of our country, as in the ceremony.
So if somebody offered you a knighthood, you'd say no?
I would. I think it's disgusting. I think they're appalling. It's just
Unnecessary.
ridiculous. And no one's going to do it because actually I'm a girl, so it'd be a dame. But don't worry. Did you know
could
that?
be offered a knighthood and you become a dame.
Oh, okay. Well, knighthoods and dames is what this letter's got, and he knows about this. Marcus knows. He knows this stuff. You don't. You're a
I don't.
Republican.
You're right. I don't spend my time reading and researching this stuff. Tennille, do you want to be Dame Tennille,
Oh, look, no, it doesn't really interest me at all.
do you want to be a republic?
Look, that doesn't really interest me at all either. I believe that what we need to do is get down into localised communities, localised economies versus global economies. I think it's all part of the movement to create a one world government.
Ooh,
Call me
conspiracy
conspiracy. Yeah, there you go. But do you know the CIA actually created that word? So that's where it comes
What
from.
did they create?
The word conspiracy theory. So then it could actually formulate anybody that actually questions anything that we get fed. It questions it into the fact that we're being conspiracy theorists, which in fact we're not. We're not. We're actually just asking questions. That's all it is. We're asking questions. So
And
for
the
me,
question is Australia an independent nation? And if we are, why shouldn't we be a republic?
no, look, we're not. Republic, Democrat, we don't even have a real democracy anyway. It's all a shadow government movement, and we're actually, they're all puppets being manipulated by a select few, an elite
Conspiracy theory?
few. Yeah, right. Let's call it that. Convenient.
Tennille, you have to send us a letter.
You should be asking the question.
Darren Bella, you've got to follow her. Because she's so high round.
Well,
Good luck, Des.
it's lucky I couldn't give a top. No, honestly, and I may possibly be opening
Republic or monarchy? Heads or tails?
I may be opening myself up to criticism here, but what will we gain by being a republic?
We will reflect ourselves as we truly are, an independent nation.
But
And
really
there's
runs-
Do we not?
this for my vote.
Do we not do that now?
No, we don't. We suggest that we have an attachment to England. We've got the British monarch,
I mean,
who
Really?
who doubles as the Australian monarch, but we could have passed a law to call her the Queen of Mars, and she wouldn't be so. Just by calling her the Queen of Australia doesn't mean we're a monarchical society, and doesn't mean that she's an appropriate symbol of what we are here. We're about equality for everybody, not vested privilege. It's
You
an
know what, though?
inherited institution.
I've said
People
boss, haven't I? Like,
Sorry, you asked the question.
like the touch
Sorry.
paper and stand well
Sorry,
back.
sorry. I've got to declare myself. I was the convener of the Republican movement here
Absolutely.
in Australia when we tried to
But you
get
know
the.
what?
You know what we're talking about anyway.
I was talking once about Christmas on the air and talking about how it was a religious celebration, and I had callers ring up and say, I take exception to the fact that you call Christmas a religious celebration. I don't celebrate it for religion. So therefore, and while I kind of giggled at that, I went, well, that's true. That's not the reason that you're doing the things that everyone else does for Christmas. Does it really matter? Like Australia is what it is, and I don't consider that we reflect ourselves any better or worse. I really, like, if you want a republic, fine, that's fine. I don't think that we lack anything by not being one, really.
Yes, we do. We lack truth in our national status. We're not a colony. We're not attached to England. We deserve to have an Australian as a head of state rather than an inherited monarchy from someone who is not Australian. I think we deserve more. That's all. All right, we're going to take a vote. Who thinks we should be a republic soon?
Nah.
Who thinks? Nah, it doesn't matter.
I'll probably donkey vote.
3 to 2. Yeah, I don't think you will.
You know what? I'm going to vote for the Greens on this one.
I'm going to say localised economies.
I don't think you would. Hey, guess what? We can't put up our Aussie Optical Vision now because we're already saying goodnight at the end. But which letter would you like to give away the pair of limited edition sunnies, courtesy of Alan Treves?
Marcus
Marcus
created the
created
most.
the
Marcus.
discussion, yeah.
Steve likes Marcus?
Nice one, Marcus.
is fine.
Marcus is
I don't
over
like
here.
I don't
No,
like Marcus.
might
Marcus
be
needs-
3 to 2 over here.
Marcus needs to see things through different vision glasses.
We
That's why
haven't
he
agreed
does
with
it.
him, but we've rewarded him, so it's worked out.
Not rosé coloured glasses.
No,
all right.
not at all.
Claret.
Not
No.
gold.
Do the two on this side agree with Marcus?
Yeah.
No, you
I
don't.
don't agree with them, but I agree with choosing him as the favourite letter.
You don't like the champagne letter or the
Coin.
flip a coin. We've got to go. Say goodnight to Daz. Say goodnight to Tennille. Say goodnight to Susie. Say goodnight to Steve. Thank all of our wonderful panellists. Thank our terrific crew. And thanks for having us at home tonight, Australia. We've got to go. Daz will sing us out. There's a Republican tune that he knows. Good night, everybody. Here we go. Bye. Bye. Good night. Keep singing, mate.
Oh, really?
I guess
What
not.
a really weird note that will be. That's where it finishes.